Sorry I missed this one. I really didn't see the press conference when Pitbull Cruz won the interim WBC championship, and I don't really watch press conferences after the fight, so I totally missed this, and it just came around my timeline. Because during the live, I was saying the fight that I would love to see would be a fight between, to solidify who the champion is, Pitbull Cruz and Subriel Matías, because that is a barn burner waiting to happen. And as such, they asked him that during the post conference, and I'm like, I just never, I don't watch these press conferences too much. I really don't pay attention too much to them, because once the fight is over, the fight is over. And during the live, I was thinking to myself, this would be an insane fight for as long as it lasts. More than likely, somebody's getting stopped. I don't think it's going to be Subriel Matías because he's too big, I think, for Pitbull Cruz. But for the short period of time that it would be an amazing fight. Now, I'm going to play you the video of the press conference, and we're going to discuss a little bit more in depth. But first, if you're new here, thank you for stopping in and interested in this video. And if you're also subscribed, thank you for the continued support. It's been great. Love it. Please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I really need it. I would love for you guys to help me grow out this community. But let's go right here.
Brandon Walker with 210 Boxing TV. Congratulations on your victory tonight, Pitbull. Looking in the future, you being the interim champ, the other WBC champion being Subriel Matías, can't think of a fight with two come forward fighters like yourself and Matías. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Fight. Are you interested in that fight? And how do you see that fight going with you and yourself and Matías?
Bueno, Isaac, ¿ves una pelea contra Subriel Matías en tu futuro? ¿Cómo te la imaginarías?
Bueno, si tuviéramos que hablar y que hacer un poco de reencuentro de la rivalidad que se ha surgido México-Puerto Rico, yo creo que saldría a la luz una batalla como la de Salvador Sánchez contra Wilfredo Gómez, Medrick Taylor contra Chávez, por mencionar.
Classic
y bueno,
fights.
Creo que sería una pelea entre Subriel y yo que dejaría mucho que hablar y sería muy morbosamente, deportivamente, que la gente quisiera ver.
It will definitely be something where people will look forward to it. Another episode of the Mexico versus Puerto Rico rivalry, where we will actually get to reminisce about legendary fights of the past between Mexico and Puerto Rican fighters. So it will be something that I'm sure the fans will love, and a rivalry that could be certainly enjoyed by everybody.
Now listen. This fight to me is a no-brainer. Now I know that Puello is up next. That has been said. That has been talked about. Puello is the guy that is supposed to come up next for the rematch. He says he has it written in stone, so in the contract, so he's next. And I think Subriel had kind of confirmed that on a podcast, which I forget which one it was. But nevertheless, if Subriel were to get by his contractual obligations, if there is any, if you can't get Hitchens in the ring and you can't get Teofimo in the ring, and Puello is not next, right? He doesn't have to be. The next logical step is Pitbull Cruz. Tiene que ser Pitbull Cruz, porque va a solidificar el campeonato en el WBC, right? So you're going to solidify the champion in the WBC because you have the fake interim and you have the real champion, Subriel Matías. Y esa pelea se va a pelear en un closet. And that fight's going to be fought in the closet because they're not going to need a lot of room. Pitbull's going to be here, Matías is going to be here, and they're going to be right there the whole night. And it's going to be a brutal drag-out fight. If you cannot get Hitchens, which I doubt he could, Teofimo has no interest. Believe me, Teofimo no quiere en ninguna parte nada de que ver con Matías. Eso fue evidente la última vez que estaban ahí frente a frente y él le tumbó los lentes. When they were face to face and basically Matías knocked down Teofimo Lopez's glasses, it was evident that he wasn't going to want to fight him. It was his father, get that mother effer out of here. That's as much offense as they put up against Subriel. Subriel wasn't going to leave. They thought that, Subriel was going to bop and run. He bopped and said, what? So he knows that the whole night in a real fight, he's going to be there. And Teofimo didn't bring his power up for 130 and 135. So he really doesn't want to fight Matias. He says he does, but actions speak louder than words. Hitchens says, oh, I didn't want to fight him because I don't want to fight. This is when Matias had the IBF. The rehydration, and it kills me. I don't want to get down there. But when Cambosis, when Paro had the championship, it was easy to make weight then. The rehydration didn't bother Hitchens at all. When Matias had it, it bothered him. When Paro had it, it didn't bother him at all. Right what I'm saying? And then they went ahead and he picked Cambosis. So at the end of the day, it doesn't bother him when he's the champ at the IBF. It was bothering him when Matias had the belt. Now at the unification, there's no rehydration. So what's the excuse? Because you don't have a problem defending the IBF, which you didn't want to get down to before. Then you say if his name is called, because Matias is the number one contender, was at least before he went to the WBC for the IBF. His excuse was, if his name is called, I'll fight him. If his name is called, I'll fight him. But now he's the champ. You don't want to unify? You know what I'm saying? So he's in no hurry to fight Matias. So more than likely it's going to be Puello. If you can't get Puello, right? If for whatever reason there's not a mandatory, it ain't in stone, the best lucrative fight you can possibly make that fans are going to gravitate to and run to and be up in arms about is going to be Pitbull Cruz versus Matías. That's it. Esa es la única pelea que se quiere dar, que todo el mundo quiere ver. Porque no se va a dar con Teofimo, le tiene miedo. Hitchens le tiene miedo. Pitbull es lo único que yo creo que no le tiene miedo, en realidad. And Pitbull's the only one that I don't think is really actually scared of Matías. I really don't think he is. Whatever happened before, I think it was just negotiations. I don't think it's because Pitbull is scared. Trust me, I don't think Pitbull is scared at all. I think he's the only one that actually would go in there and go, yeah, I'll fight him. And he'll fight him in the middle of the ring. That's what I want. I want to see in the middle of the ring, fight, drag out, brawl, a classic for the ages. Bring back that Mexican-Puerto Rico rivalry back to where it needs to be, where it was many years ago and for so many decades. Mexico does have us beat, in champions produced, but we have a little island compared to a big-ass country. We have a little island. So, I would so much love for that fight to come to fruition. But let me know, what do you think? You think that fight should come to fruition? Should that be next if nobody else can get in the ring with Subriel Matías? Or should it happen if, let's say, Puello is next? Should it happen next after Puello? Should that be the fight that if they can't get the IBF and the WBA in the ring? Should that be the next fight? Let me know what comes down below and I'll see you in the next video. And I'm out. Peace.